Okay, hi everybody. My name is Lizzie Langston, and I am a certified life coach. I am also a psychic medium. I'm a mom of 4. I'm 36 years old. I don't know what I weigh, to be honest. Part of my boundary with this whole weight loss thing and sharing this product, which I'm going to tell you about, it looks like this when it comes to you. But part of this journey is I get to do it how I want. I'm not doing this, I'm not going to self-abandon to sell a product. So I'm going to share with you about this product, why I started it, how I use it, and how it's been so far. It's been almost a month. But I am not weighing myself as of now or taking pictures. But I will say that my clothes fit better. I will say that I have a meal hot and ready right now. And I'm like, it has calmed down some food noise. It definitely has curbed some appetite. I feel slimmer. I feel less puffy. So there's a lot of beautiful things happening. Okay. So background story. These are the drops. So these are Orgyn triGLP. It says 3 pathways in 1 drop. Basically, this is harvested from salmon, healthy salmon. They are farmed salmon out in open water, and it's all sustainable. And even the parts they don't use, and I have all of the places that they source it from are in the links below, okay? Any question you could have, I've put it in the links below that I could think of, that I had. So how it's made, who makes it, why, what's the science behind it, sourcing, any side effects. There aren't any. This is not a drug. This is from salmon. This is preserved with lemon extract and ginger extract, okay? So, you just shake it up before you use it. And I'm going to go into it in just a second. But here's why I started with this product is, it feels weird to call it a product. This for me is a solution that I'm happy to pay for because I value health and I value natural weight loss support. And I specifically value anything that's bioavailable, that is safe, and that's effective. That's what I was looking for. So you can call this a product. For me, this is a solution, and I am so grateful for it. So I used to have hair that went up to here. Now I'm having a good hair day, and I did it for you. Okay, I did it for me actually, but my husband and kids are gone and I just had time today and it felt so good. My hair looks great. It's so great. It is also thinner than it was, and my hairline has receded, and that was scary enough for me. So basically, after having my 4th baby, I had gained a bunch of weight, and I knew it was time to lose weight. I always know when my body's ready. I did that after my 3rd baby by going off of flour and sugar, but something about having that 4th, my nervous system was a lot more overwhelmed, and it didn't feel available for me to go off of flour and sugar. That was back in 2018, peptides to help with weight loss. None of the synthetic stuff, Ozempic, none of that existed as far as I knew. So I did that by just going off of flour and sugar. I studied leptin and ghrelin, the hunger and satiation hormones. I didn't know about GLP stuff. I just did it that way. And I did a lot of mindset work, and it was okay. This time around, I just knew that was going to be too big of a lift. I didn't want to do it that way. And I also didn't want to go synthetic again, because let me tell you about my synthetic experience. So I had Ren, my 4th baby, in 2023. Yeah, 2023. And so she's 3 now. And about 18 months later, I was like, okay, I'm ready to shed some of this weight that I gained during pregnancy. And I did a little research. Ozempic was big. I knew I wanted a healthier, safer option than Ozempic. I went with tirzepatide, which I didn't even realize was still synthetic. Like, I didn't do enough research. I also worked with somebody to get the tirzepatide. I believe it was like high quality, but it was still synthetic and a drug, and, basically paralyzes your digestive system and has all of these side effects listed that were legitimately possible, and some of them did happen to me, and one of them was hair loss. And so I lost about 27 pounds or so, was feeling great, but I didn't have a lot of monitoring. The analogy I like to say is, imagine if you took an epidural, but you were giving birth by yourself. Can you imagine if somebody had an epidural for labor, childbirth, but they didn't have a machine or a team of birth workers around them to say, okay, your body's having a contraction, push. What could happen to the nether regions of their body? What could happen to the baby? It's dangerous, right? When you numb your body's natural signals of biofeedback, what happens is you could hurt your body without getting any feedback to tell you that you're doing so. That is exactly what happened. I took too much tirzepatide too fast. That was problem number one. But that problem happened because I didn't have any outer data to show me what the insides of my body was doing, what my nutrient profile was looking like, and all of that. And so I just didn't feel hungry. I didn't eat. I was losing weight. Great. Then I started losing hair. Then I started looking gaunt, like not too skinny. It's not like I lost that much weight, but it was, my body just wasn't healthy. So I was losing weight, but I wasn't healthy. And that's where I had my problem with tirzepatide and synthetic stuff. I had no, in an epidural situation, you have a machine that says, okay, you're having a contraction, push. I had no ways to know what nutrients my body was receiving and what it wasn't. So if you're going to do a synthetic one, even though they're dangerous, even though there's side effects, even though I don't think personally people should, I'm like an 8 out of 10 that people shouldn't, but that's totally your choice. But if you're going to get monitoring and get blood tests all along the way and go slowly. Okay. Now, after I lost a hairline worth, a half an inch of hair, a quarter inch, I don't know, enough hair to where I have felt self-conscious about it. Okay. And I don't need hair loss. I'm 36. I'm already, no, it just was not good. And my hairstylist told me her mom is on permanent wigs because of Ozempic. And I hear stories like this. My my holistic healthcare practitioner, Kara Lever, who's on my team and introduced me to these, and I'll tell about her in a minute. She, has had, it's not people in her practice, but she's heard of people getting their stomachs pumped from being so constipated because they're on Ozempic, tirzepatide, whatever. The truth is, I'm not here to demonize the synthetic option. You guys can be responsible and do that if you want. What I am here to talk about, I opened it so that I didn't have to open it on camera, and then I got a little bit on me. What I am here to talk about is why I chose this option. And this is great for people who are weaning off of synthetic stuff, who have used it but had a bad experience, or who don't want to use synthetic options. So these are the drops. I'm going to just give it a little shake, open it up. Okay. I just had caffeine, so I'm like all shaky, but these are the drops. So you put them under your tongue. I haven't done my drops for today, so I'm going to do it with you. Okay. So it literally just like smells like a gingery, like salmon salad. Okay. Like with a ginger dressing, like a lemon ginger dressing. And then you just put it under your tongue. Okay, so today I'm taking 6 drops. I've been working up to 6. And then eventually I am working towards, I've never talked right after taking it. I usually just sit there. So this is new experience for me. It's like getting everywhere. Probably not the best idea. Anyway, luckily they're not gross. They taste very fresh. They're preserved, and you just taste like a lemony ginger. Okay. And it just feels like oil. It feels kind of warm because it's like so anyway, okay, getting into it. So, this page will answer what it is, but basically they harvest, the best parts of salmon. And then you have the amino acids that are naturally occurring. And then there's also there's 500 naturally occurring peptides in the salmon. And then you have a bunch of amino acids, which allow your body to build its own peptides. Amino acids are the building blocks for peptides. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just going to swallow. Normally I let it sit for longer just for maximum absorption, but I need to talk to you. So you're giving your body the foundation of what it needs to do its own regulation of your digestion, satiation, hunger, cravings, appetite, sense of fullness, etc. While helping your hair grow, while healing your skin, etc. I feel like I just ate a ginger candy. That's what it feels like. That's what it tastes like. Okay, so I started with 2 drops in the morning, and you always do it in front of a mirror. And and it's broken down so that it's easily digestible for your body, because so many of us, especially if you've been using a synthetic weight loss thingy, your digestion's probably taken a big hit because it essentially kind of paralyzes your digestion temporarily, I hope, right? And so many of us need help actually getting anything we eat to be taken in by our body. That's why they made this, they broke it down a little bit beforehand so that when you take it, it's easily absorbed by your body. So you know it's working, you're getting it, okay? And you're getting good stuff that's helping your body to naturally have what it needs to naturally regulate your hormones for your hunger, satiation, etc. So how you use it is you do, when you first get it, I would recommend, if you know you want to do this for about 3 months, which I'm like, you could go for 6 weeks, but I mean, I think any product you're going to try to use, you need to give it a good 3 months. If I got a new skincare routine, I wouldn't do it for less than 3 months, and most likely more like 6. So if I were you, I would get the 6-pack, which, by the way, I paid $800 for a little under 3 months worth of tirzepatide, and it was shots. These are harmless drops, less than $400 for 3 months. Okay, amazing. And they're healthy for you, and they're safe, and there's no side effects. Like, I'm so happy about that. Anyway, you start with 2 drops in the morning, 3 drops in the morning after a few days, 4 drops, 5 drops. I'm at 6 drops. And now I'm going to start also introducing it about an hour after I eat lunch in the afternoon. And I'm going to start doing 2 drops in the afternoon, 3 drops, 4 drops, and then you want to get to 10, I don't have my fingers, 10 drops a day, total. So, yeah, I want to know what questions you have. But basically this is me supporting weight loss safely and naturally. I feel sovereign. I feel free. I feel so grateful. The creators of this have, been watching the market and been in this industry for a long time. It's triple patented. So, you're not going to see other products pop up that can do this. And it's bioavailable and easily absorbed, which is what I care about. And it's natural and safe, which is what I care about. And it's effective, which is what I care about. So yeah, I'm probably down like 4 pounds, maybe 6, but I don't know because I'm not going to weigh myself. I probably will measure some body fat, but I can already feel my clothing feeling different, and I'm not in a hurry either. I'm not like, I need to lose weight fast. That's not it. I went for the long, slow, safe game, which, by the way, it doesn't really have to be long or slow, but it is natural. So usually that's what comes with the safety, is it might take a little longer and slower. But I've been talking to Kara, and she's like, no way. Like, people are seeing results after a couple of weeks, and definitely by 6 weeks, etc. So really fun. And by results, we just mean your body regulating itself. I don't want a drug that dysregulates my body to get me a result. I want nature's help and support in healing my body so that it can come to homeostasis, that it can come to harmony and wholeness, right? So that's what the Orgyn triGLP drops are doing for me. That's how I'm using them. That's the game plan. That's the context. That's the why. That's the how. I hope this is helpful to you. Again, these are a fraction of the price and so safe. So you really don't have anything to lose, really. And by shopping through me, you're supporting my family. If you want to sell these, however casually or aggressively or whatever, you can totally make it a business. So when you buy yours, just click like distributor, and it'll give it to you for $10 cheaper when you buy it as a distributor. And then when you check out, you create a distributor profile. Now, if you do that, like, if you want to make money doing it, if you're going to take the business seriously, then you need to place a recurring order so that every month you buy something, even if it's just 1 bottle. That's sort of the name of the, that's like the baseline need. That's really the only requirement that I'm aware of. I have a really amazing team. So the gal who introduced me to these, she is Kara Lever, who, I hope I'm saying her name right. I'm like the worst with names, especially last names, but she's a holistic healthcare practitioner, whatever that. And she has her own practice that's literally across the street. So I naturally ended up going there because I'm a busy mom of 4. I'm going to do what's natural, safe, and very close by. So I saw her in her practice for months, and I flipped through the books of people doing weight loss, and she was offering like tirzepatide and stuff, but she also had some awesome other options. And she knew I wanted to lose weight again, but I didn't want to do it synthetically. And so as soon as this came on the market, and she researched the hell out of it, she's a projector, and health is her superpower. And so if you know human design, projector. So she asked all the questions and, was probably kicked out of some Facebook groups, just like digging. And then was like, okay, it passes the test. And so she uses it. I use it. I'm so grateful. And if it's safe enough for her, I know it's safe enough for me. And she has offered to help answer any of the stickier questions that people might have because she's such a health genius. So I can also get you Kara's info to get your questions answered. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Thanks for being here. And yeah, if you become a distributor, then you can be on my team, I guess. I don't know. And we can tell the world about safe support and healing and salmon. Bye.